Good evening, Tatooine.
Oh my goodness. What?
Press
Hello?
it. Press it.
What does that button do?
Actually, my number one thing I think
What's going on, guys? Future Anton here. The reason I haven't been uploading videos over the past 3 months, I just want to make this quick announcement before the video starts. I've been trying to start and open a business. I actually did it. This is something that I want to do like 4 or 5 years ago. You guys probably remember. But I finally have it up and running. I'm editing videos. The only reason I took the break was to get it simple up and running. My website is right here. Link is down in the description if you guys would like to help and support me. I'm not making profit right now. It's really more of a passion project. Hopefully one day I can make a profit, but right now I'm just want to keep making stuff. So, you know, I need people to buy stuff so I can make more stuff. If not, even just follow my Instagram, give me a share, a like, a comment, a follow, anything like that would be really appreciated. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the rest of the video.
So this counter got destroyed. So I'm gonna have to take this one off, I guess. And I'm probably gonna take both of them off, bring them both to my friend, and then we're gonna have to recreate it. Luckily this one survived. Unfortunately that's like absolutely demolished.
What's going on, guys? So this is gonna be a multi-day process video, starting actually last night, where I made a template of my splitter and I also took my canards off and I threw everything in the back of the trunk. I made the template just in case the splitter didn't fit in the car. Luckily I have a bigger car today than I usually do. So for anybody that doesn't know, I live in New York. The roads are absolute garbage, but through all the terrible roads and everything like that, I've been able to manage for well over a year, going in and out of my dad's driveway, you know, going through the city, everything like that. It's not funny. Oh my goodness. Like literally that splitter was taking a beating. It was actually made by Galvezcustoms. He lives in New Jersey, so if you live in that tri-state area and you want to hit him up, I highly recommend him. The reason that the splitter broke was my fault. The splitter was solid. I mean, like fully functioning, bolted to the chassis. You could feel like the difference in handling and everything because of the downforce. I mean, like, it was good. So today we're on our way to my friend Christian. He actually wants to start making splitters. He works with aluminum and things like that. He actually works at an airport. So we're on our way there right now. If you guys want to hit him up, if you live in Long Island in this area also as well, or this tri-state area, and you want to hit him up to have something done, I'm going to be the first guinea pig, see how it comes out. So if it comes out great, Gabe might hit him up for do something on his 300ZX. If you guys want to hit him up, feel more than welcome. I know I've been talking for a while. We're going to jump into it. This is starting from last night where I just took everything off. It'll be super quick. And then we're going to meet Christian right now. Then after that, whatever day that pops up, we're going to repaint this with bed liner. And then we're also going to remount it to the car and re-drill holes. So stay tuned and I hope you guys enjoy the video. We got a little GR Supra.
What's going on, guys? I'm here for this little project going on now. Working on it for my boy Anton. We got this.
Your Highness, I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
This is a big mess, and we're gonna try to help him out. For the front, here, let me show you what we're working with here. We got the flat, got a little messed up. We had a manhole cover here. So we're gonna try to get that a little flattened out. If we can't fix this, we're gonna try to get a new piece of metal and we're gonna make a whole new splitter. We got these canards or canards, whatever you want to call them. Who gives a shit? These are actually really nice. I like how the curve is going on here. They're either bolted or riveted down here in the front and down here along the back. This connects right here up to your bumper. So We got to make sure everything is just in line so that it can be mounted properly. Now here we have all the damage you see here.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
You can see down over here it is pretty chewed up. So even if we do flatten it out, we're worried that we're not going to get the right edge that we're looking for. It's possible that we could shave it down. The spacing from the bumper itself, you can see where the dirt line is. That's about how far it comes off. If I can't get it the way that I want to do it, we're just going to buy a new piece of metal, hopefully the same gauge as this thickness here, and we're just going to, whatever I have here, when it's flattened out, we're going to use that as a stencil and make a whole new piece. And it shouldn't be really that hard because, as you can see, it's just one flat piece of metal. Now these canards here, you have a couple bends. This one really isn't damaged at all, really. And so we're going to use that one kind of as a template. But with this one, it's set right here. So when it hit the manhole cover, it got a little torn. You can see a big split right there. In the back, it's got a little bend from where it was mounted down. We got a big bump right here. This is going to have to be flattened. All these mounting holes get bolted to the frame and whatever other parts of the car, so get nice and strong and keep the airflow down. So let's start banging it out. And action. Alright, so first things first is we're gonna get these out of the way right now. We're gonna mainly focus on the flat part. Just really go to town flattening it out. We got a special snap-on hammer we got here. It's for metalworking. This is for you know, round parts. We're mainly going to be using the flat. This is what we can use for the bends on the canards. We can mount this in the vise and kind of, you know, work around it. It's got assorted curves that we can use, different radiuses, radii, whatever. Let's just start whacking. Really, you want to be working from the outside towards the center. If you get on the peak right here where it's really bad, let me show you. You start working here, you have the potential problem of kind of cracking, because if you cold work metal in such a way, it will crack the metal. It is pretty thick, but we want to go from the outside in, kind of gradually towards the center. This is like the biggest problem here. And once we get it really banged out, and if we could get it as flat as we want, we're gonna have to repaint it. It has this sort of almost like crinkle paint on top, like a rhino lining, bed truck line or something like that. So we're gonna have to figure that out after, but that's for later. Alright, so I've been going at it for a little bit now. There was this part here. I got it pretty much almost flat. What we're going to have to do is, it's going to have to get flipped over, because every time I hit it here, and I'm getting this line down here, this big mountain ridge. Every time I hit here, it's curving it. It's making it round. So we're going to have to flip it over and then hammer it from the other side too. I'm sweating now, so give me a little bit of a workout. My wrist is going hard right now. But yeah, we're making our way. We're getting to this big point right here. I am slowly moving from the outside in. This edge is worrying me, but we could always grind it down. We'll see what happens at the end. But let's keep going.
Definitely got most of that large bump out. You can see how it's curving still.
Every time I hit it here, it's actually pushing the metal out because it's squeezing it right here in the center. So when it pushes it out, what it wants to do naturally is curve up. Here's a look from the other side. So that big peak is now a valley. The problem is every time I hit it with the hammer, it leaves a little hammer mark. Later on, we could probably get that out. But the main problem is where that ridge was, it's still gonna leave a bit of a ridge. Now, this piece is mainly for function. Some people just use it for show. I really don't know why. So as long as we get it straight, it doesn't have to look great, but it all depends on what Anton wants. And he's gonna come by probably tomorrow or so. We're gonna check it out. You know, I'm not gonna be mad if he doesn't like it. So then I get to make a new one, and that's gonna be even more fun. So, yep, we're gonna keep going and try to get it as straight as we can, and then we'll come back. All right, so we decided that this piece of metal is not gonna go back to where it's meant to be. I did a lot of stretching. It's not gonna work. This is what we got now. We had to get a new sheet of metal. Let me flip it around. This is a 48 by 90 sheet of 090 aluminum. 090 is 9/1000ths of an inch or whatever the hell it is. 900s. It's thin, but it's the same thickness as the old one. Now they only had 2 left, so if I mess it up, which I won't, there's only 1 left unless somebody took it. First things first is you got to trace out the edges. So I went ahead and put a little Sharpie line all the way around, but as you see here, it's all jaggedy, and I didn't want to trace that edge. So what I did was I flipped it around so that the good edge was also on that side. So I stopped halfway around here and continued the other side. Now with the bolt holes, whoever made this original one, the bolt holes aren't exactly symmetrical. I went ahead and I put a little dot in some of the holes so that when I flipped it over I could see if it was symmetrical, and when I flipped it over the holes weren't really lining up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut out the whole piece, then we're gonna decide which is the top and which is the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Then we're gonna use this old splitter as the template to draw out the bolt holes. What I'm gonna try to use is for the big rough cuts, I got this circular saw. It has a masonry bit, metal bit. This is only aluminum, so it's not really gonna eat up the wheel so much. Skill saw. Skill is the brand. Doesn't mean that I have any. It is a jigsaw. You can see here we also have metal blades for this. Brand new blade. That's for the more finer cuts. If the rough chop gets a little too scary, we're just gonna go ahead and do it nice and easy with this. And yeah, that's it. We're gonna start cutting. Fring. I also forgot that I'm supposed to look really cool doing this. I was wrong about the blade. It definitely chewed it up. Too small. Using the other saw now.
Shooting my own gun, that's what gets me.
So, this is what we have now. As you see, I still have to cut down this side, make that curve. So far so good. So I decided that now, since I don't really have to spin around so much, I could use clamps, clamp it down to the table. It's probably the safest way, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See, it's a little scratched up, that's fine. It's gonna be painted over, and some sort of rhino lining. A little scratch is nothing. Just gotta finish all the details like this. That little piece right there. It's kind of hard to get with the saw. Going all along the edge. Clean up these edges. I tried to leave a little bit of space between the mark and the cut so I could file it down and make sure it's real nice and smooth. Put a little edge on this. This is pretty sharp. You don't want your shin hitting this. Now these will be interesting. We're just gonna have to flip it over, I guess, and then start cutting again. That's next. We got what looks like a finished product here. It's not really finished though. I don't know if you can see, but the edges, they look a little smooth. I'm gonna get them a lot smoother. And this, you know, this could be a little sharp. So I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna be nice and smooth. You can run your finger across it. I can't do that right now. I don't know if you can hear it. See, hear that? You're gonna want it to be like real smooth. I don't really have a spot yet, but especially along this edge, because the saw blade is very jagged. When you're looking down the edge, you want it to be nice and smooth. So I'm just using files. I have this one here, flat one. I also have a round one, round. This one is good because if we're going on edges, because say you're going flat on the edge, you don't want to kink it and hit the corner. Well, we're almost done. All right, I said I wanted to get it smooth. I think I overdid it. I could literally run my whole hand right all the way around, top and bottom. The whole thing. Now this, it's not really that important to get it perfect, but when you're handling it and trying to put it on the car, I don't want somebody to cut themselves. I wouldn't want to cut myself. I'm not some kind of sadist or something. But yeah, it's smooth. Yeah, it's got scratches. You know, this is gonna get all like, you know, scuffed up. And you see these holes are marked out for all the bolt holes and the canards in the front. I don't know if you can see these two. 1, 2, 1, 2. And good to go.
Alright, I was just in traffic. It's a little hot. I got my lip back from Christian yesterday. I haven't watched any of the footage that he recorded, so everything that I'm doing today is based off me just not having any idea what he did. But the lips in the back, I have to paint it. I want to change out some of the hardware that was stripped, and I have to fiberglass part of my kit because one of the bolts got ripped out straight through the freaking fender flare when I hit the second time. I hit the lip twice. So we're gonna try and get that done. I gotta try and get it done pretty quick because I have other stuff to do today. But I guess we'll see how this all goes.
Alright, so we're gonna scuff this down a little bit so that this can stick. And then I have to fiberglass a piece of my flare. And then the assembly starts, which I'm not looking forward to. So should be fun. Alright, it's all scuffed up. I'm gonna rinse it off real quick, try and clean it up, see if I missed any spots. Dry it off after that, and then we're gonna spray it down. Hopefully everything sticks properly. For everybody that's probably freaking out, like, oh, you have to wipe it down, you have to wipe it down. I'm going to wipe it down. I just wanted to get most of the water off. All right, calm down, calm down. ET's time. I hope this like sticks. Knowing my luck, something stupid's gonna happen. Getting all this overspray all over all of his stuff.
You got a game right now?
Alright, I'm gonna let this dry for now, and then I have to try and fiberglass over there. It's the one thing I don't want to do. Actually, my number one thing that I hate the most is Bondo and fiberglass. Ignore how dirty my car is. Right here, got absolutely obliterated. So this is gonna be fun. So I have the lip right here drying in the sun. It's actually coming out pretty good. I gotta let it sit for a little bit longer before I start assembling it, because I'm gonna rip the freaking bed liner up. Matthew's washing my car, so I can't do the fiberglass right now. Once that's done, once he's done washing it, I could dry it up, do the fiberglass, and then while that dries, I can jack up my car. I gotta start assembling the lip again, and then go from there. feel like I should be showing you guys what I'm doing. Riveting this back in. Alright, so that's on. My issue at the moment is that I'm missing some hardware. I went to the store earlier, but I couldn't find anything that I needed, so I'm gonna have to hit another hardware store tomorrow or something. Because I just have a bunch of stuff to do later, and I don't think I'm gonna have time. But these rivets aren't big enough to make it through, so I gotta figure something out. The show better not suck, Nick. Alright? Wasting all my time right now for you. Alright, rivet it up. Now we gotta try and mount it again.
Good evening, Tatooine.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Press
Hello?
it. Press it.
What does that button do?
I'm not done with it. I still have to bolt up 2 spots right here and 1 on the other side. I have to bolt in those. I might go to Dave's tonight and hopefully fix it up. If not, I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow at the show. So yeah, I mean, came out good. I'm just in a rush. That's why I haven't been filming for the past like hour. I have to bring my wife somewhere, so I've been rushing really. You can tell I'm sweating. I've just been rushing to try and get this on, and then at least so it's stable. I know people are like, zip tie, this is not stable. Stable enough to get home, and then take her where she has to go, and then hopefully finish it tonight. So yeah, so hopefully I can finish this tonight. I'm gonna hit Dave up again right now, and we'll just see how this goes. But besides that, I mean, it looks nice. Finally looks not ugly again. So we'll see what I can do. Go down. Yes, I have to reach over my car because this button doesn't want to work too much. See? Oh well.
Water!